Boys, back in the studio for 2022. It is, of course, the AFL Armchair Advisors. Back in the studio, season 2022, as I mentioned. We have had a summer. We have had an absolute summer. More on that in a minute. I am your host, of course. It is Rich. And joining me, looking fresh to death, man's got the drip, and in more ways than one by the look of it, judged by that forehead, it is Sensible Dan. How are you, mate?
I'm very well, mate. I've just come back from the Bahamas. Quick little trip over there. Everyone knows I'm just like BT. I don't get stuck into the footy until right at the last minute of the pre-season. Don't think I haven't been keeping up with it, but I'm just ready and raring to go.
I love that. I love that a lot. Love that a lot. Of course, Dan is the man when it comes to everything statistics related, anything regarding predictions. If it's got a ball sport involved in it, he is your man, of course. And then sitting next to me on the other side, as always, is our global field correspondent. It is Desmond Van Bus, intrepid interviewer, explorer. Internationally known, locally respected. How are you, mate?
Hey, I appreciate that intro. I am very, very good. I'm representing Australia because Australia's favourite pastime is back. Nothing funny, simple. Australia's favourite pastime is back. I was a bit nervous to come back, and I'm going to hide these. But I was a bit nervous for this pod because it's been a little bit. Yeah. Well, it's been a little bit since the camera's been on me. It's been a little bit since the camera has been on.
Well, this camera.
Yes.
I've seen the WhatsApp groups and the videos of you in there, mate. How was Thailand?
Oh no. Well, back to that. I've had to bring a spare pair of balls for me. Oh. So thanks, Skippy, because you're going to get me through this pod. I'm very excited for round one.
Gee, so where have you been lately then? What's with the get up? What's with the?
Well, as I said,
you're decked out.
Australia's favourite pastime.
Yeah, but you look like in Australia. No, but you look like Pauline Hanson's wet dream, mate. Look at you. You're covered in.
You aren't voting United Australia Party at the next election,
look
I
at
assume.
the bloke, yeah.
I've gone around, I've seen the Big Lobster. Yep. I've gone surfing on the Wave Rock.
Hit a colour run by the look of it as well.
I did do the colour run. Did the colour run as well, so I didn't run. I'm 5Ks.
Yeah.
and a little birdie also told us, and that birdie was you, that you've been getting stuck into some MMA training recently. Want to disclose a little bit for the viewers?
I have a little bit, yes. It's been good fun. A little bit of a journey, a little bit of soul searching, and it's led to a little bit of kicky punchy, which has been good fun.
Do you have a fight name? Because you are a lot more NXT than you are UFC.
Yes,
so you've got to have a fight name.
What do you think? What would it be?
We should put that out. I reckon shout out to the followers.
To the wider universe.
Yeah, please drop us a DM. Whatever. Yeah, we'll go through any submissions for Dez's fighting name, and whichever one we reckon's the funniest. I reckon you and I will decide. You'll get no say.
Absolutely.
Whatever we reckon's the funniest one. That's going to be your fight name. So jump on the DMs, jump on the socials. Dan, what's the socials, mate? I haven't been online in a while.
Yeah, it's been a long off season. I've been getting stuck into it because I was all over the NFL tips while the boys were putting the feed up, or in Rich's case, down at the bottom of a shaft.
We'll get to that. Fuck, we know.
A shaft.
So Facebook, Insta. Jump on the Facebook, jump on the Insta. Armchair Advisors, please hit the subscribe button.
Armchair AD on Instagram and Twitter. Been saying for yonks we're going to get more active on there, and we will.
We're trying. We're hard working blokes. I've just come from work. Like I've literally got on my donkey and ridden that devil as quickly as I could to get into the studio to get this done. I've had no time to do anything. It's just you blokes travelled everywhere all summer. I tell you, I've been stuck down a mine shaft. 16-hour days. I'm not even kidding you. This is as clean as I've been in months.
We honestly didn't think you were going to get here.
I genuinely didn't think I was going to get it myself.
You look like the Industrial Revolution, mate.
I have this janky eye infection that's puffing me up. I haven't shaved in months. I stink. Oh my God. I've developed a horrendous drinking habit. I tell you. Oh,
it's good.
That's great. I've never felt better.
Welcome to the off season. Yeah, that's it. All right, we're going to get into some footy.
Without further ado.
If so, off they come.
Yeah.
And on come the serious spectacles. We're
that.
Back. We are back.
I love that. That's how you know it's happening. That's how you know it's proper. That is how you know it's proper. Now, for anyone who's just stumbled across this, season one, look, episode 1 of a new season is very much displaying your wares. Okay, this is the front window of the shop on the high street. You're looking, what do these guys provide? We're talking football tips. We're going to go through every single game of every single round. We've read the form. We've looked over the stats. We've done all the analysis you could possibly do.
Well, some of us have.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
I'm looking at you.
As Meatloaf once said. And we have a ring-in who just goes with his gut and or his intuition to bring you tips for the punters, for your tipping competitions. If you're a bettor and you like getting on the, having a little flutter every week on the games, we've got you covered. We'll have tips, bets, predictions, anything AFL related across the week. We've got it covered. Segments, we'll get more into that as the year goes on. This is very spur of the moment, this show. But boys, let us kick it off. And I'm absolutely champing at the bit for game one. Season 2022, fellas, it is the grand final rematch between the Melbourne Demons and the Western Bulldogs at the MCG Wednesday night, March the 16th. Sensible Dan, tell me about it, mate.
I could not be more excited that the AFL have finally gone this route. Instead of just kicking us off with Richmond and Carlton every year, we're getting the grand final rematch. Mm-hmm. First up.
As it should be.
Absolutely it should. It's fantastic. Look, obviously this is going to be a massive game. Melbourne's coming in super healthy. They don't really have too many injury complaints at the moment. Only major addition was Luke Dunstan, and I don't even know if he'll make the best 22. We all rate him, but I just don't know that he's good enough to crack this team at the moment.
I did not see him all pre-season.
Neither did I.
That should tell you a lot.
Absolutely, it should. Whereas the Dogs, on the other hand, again, coming in nice and healthy. Keith and O'Brien are tests at the moment to play Wednesday night. So we'll see whether they get up for that. I assume they probably will do. But, they've just also got the luxury of letting their once-in-a-generation talent sit in the VFL team. How good. Big Jamara.
I don't know about that. I've got some thoughts on Jamara.
It's interesting.
I've got some thoughts on Jamara.
But that's where the Dogs are at the moment. I'm just expecting this to be an absolute cracking game to start the year off. I would think the Dogs have got a little bit of shit on the liver. I think they'll want to right the wrongs from the end of last season. So I'm going to tip the Dogs 1-39. Interesting. I'll come back around in a minute and answer a few of these because you've provoked a few stirrings beneath the breastbone. I like to do that.
I'll tell you. And now over to our resident cabbage. Desmond, what do you reckon here, mate? What do you got?
Resident disher.
Jesus.
The dish liquor. Go for it, mate. What do you got?
To put this simple, I'm going to be very, very simple here. I think the D's are going to get up purely because I know you look, new season, new team. Like you said, there is a bit of shit on the liver of the Bulldogs, but the D's were always, in 2021, they were always better. And not much has changed with the teams. Like, let's be real. Luke Dunstan's the biggest addition, and we don't even know if he's going to be playing. I just see the D's rolling over the top. They're going to start the year off. They want to win. They want to go back to back. Big talks. The track train. His head is as big as Rich's. And
it's a fair score.
Okay, there you
go.
That's
a big old
I was
score.
looking at all the heads.
Yeah, fair.
But he's got a big head coming in. Him and Clary are just like broing out big time, and I love to see that between them because whenever they're broing out, the D's are rolling. I think they're just going to be too strong. I think they're going to be too strong. I think they're just going to start the year off strong. Doggies aren't going to handle it, and then slowly start their season in round 2.
They do have two big handfuls of each other, Track and Clary. I love that.
That's great.
Beautiful.
I love that.
It is beautiful. Yeah, I say that with 100% love. I think it's great for the D's, and I think it's what's going to have another successful season for them.
I think you're right. I think you're bang on there. It's interesting. Bulldogs have lost their last 12 of 13 games against the reigning premiers for that year. So you go back the last 13 years, only 12 of them have they beat the reigning premier in that season.
Interesting.
Very interesting stat. I do like it. As you said, Melbourne haven't put a foot wrong all pre-season. Well, at least on the training track. All the chat regarding goody and off-field conundrums and such, you would think any other team, that's going to create some waves.
Yep.
Not so the D's.
Nah.
They've just rolled through.
They all just banded around him.
Yeah.
They genuinely, Max Gawn
Gordon
saying,
came out,
go for a
love
beer.
to have beers, blah, blah. It's good.
I'm a big fan of that.
Big culture.
Yeah.
Love that.
That shows why they were so successful out of nowhere. They come out of nowhere last year. We had them, finishing maybe 8, maybe outside of the top 8, and they come out and win the flag because of that culture.
I strongly agree. Look, I think we're still looking at 2 top 6 teams at the end of the season. Both of these will be top 6. Very confident on that one. Bulldogs are a bit interesting to me. No Keith upsets them structurally, so he's going to be a big inclusion for them. Yep. I'm looking forward to seeing Treloar take another step forward. I think he's been there long enough now. Looks like he's maybe got the body right. He should be a fairly important addition to that team.
And he looked great in the pre-season, bursting out of the middle, just like he did a couple of seasons ago at the Pies. He looks like he's back. So hopefully, fingers crossed, he can stay healthy this year.
Interesting to see what happens with someone like Dunkley. Been a bit of trade talk that he might be coming to SA at the end of the year. Never know. So keep an eye on that. I expect him to put both feet forward. And Jamara, you mentioned Jamara in the 2s. I just think he's got a few more years development in him. Do you know what I mean?
It's just seasoning, mate. That's all it is. That's the luxury of being one of the best teams in the league and not deserving of a number 1 overall pick, but managing to get it anyway.
You got it.
It's the Mia effect. Look at Daniel Rioli. That's what I'm saying. It's the Mia effect. Wins. I'm talking Melbourne. 1-39 on this one. Do we have any bets? Is it too early?
No, absolutely, mate.
Never too early
I've
for
got some
bets.
bets, absolutely.
Hit me.
So as I said, I've gone the Dogs for my 1-39. That's who I'm tipping. For me, Dogs plus 8.5 is great value. I think either way, this should be a nice close game. So I'm right around the mark with that one. And Adam Treloar, anytime goal, $1.91. That smirk tells me you've
been looking over my shoulder, boy, eh?
Classic.
No.
Again, he was bursting out of packs in the Amy. Got on the end of a few last year.
The JLT.
Ansett Cup.
In the Wizard Cup, love that.
Absolutely. And Luke Jackson, anytime goal scorer. I think him and Gawn are going to be the most potent combo in the league this year in terms of ruck forward split.
Massively.
But Jackson's still going to spend a fair chunk of time in the forward line, and he always likes getting on the end of one.
Got to do your apprenticeship. You're not tipping Gorney out anytime soon.
No.
Do you have any bets? Desi?
I don't have any bets, but what I do have, it's a little bit interesting. I've got a little, and this could come to crumble in my crumble real bad. So, if you got $10 to spare, we're going to do a little bit, I call it the bus rollover. Buses don't normally roll over. If they do, it's bad. But this bus is going to roll over and make us some cash.
Yeah.
All right?
Absolutely on one early.
So you start off with 10. You got $10, right? Every week.
I think we need to make sure he runs ideas past us.
We need more planning meetings.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come down the coal
Like one would be an improvement.
Come to the mine.
Yep.
Come to mine and we'll have a yarn.
When this bus roller gets to round 20, rollover gets to round 23, and myself and all the beautiful subscribers have won a lot of cash, we're going to be laughing at you. Ha ha ha.
So this is an accumulator, is it? You put
It's an
$10
accumulator.
on.
So $10 on. I'm going to be putting my $10 on the D's this week. Great value. I saw them $1.60. I like them at $1.60. So
Okay.
$1.60. Get it, bang. I get $16 if they win.
Quick
Next
maths.
week, whoever my bus rollover team is, I'm going to call it the BRT. That's not a bad acronym, is it? I'm not going to get cancelled for that, am I?
I wouldn't have thought.
Let me know if I'm going to get cancelled for BRT. But it's the bus rollover team. So next week I'm going to be putting $16 on another team if the Demons get up. And each week we're just going to keep on building and building. And hopefully we're going to make a little bit of cash at the end of the year.
I'm leaving this with you. I think it's a fine concept. I'm leaving this with you. You got to stay on this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be on it. It's the Des Dog of the week. And I've got another sneaky. It's going to be in the very last game of the year. But it's a sneaky little Des.
Very last game of the year.
Yeah.
Game of the round, sorry. It's going to be a little Des.
I was thinking people were going to have to wait until the grand final to find out what
The
this teaser
testicles
is.
are tingling, and I've got a little surprise for the listeners. So stick around for the entire pod because there is a surprise at the end of a.
So let's say by some miracle that this goes all right. Let's say round 8, it then blows its bungus out and you lose all your money. Are you giving up or are you going again?
No, we go again.
Interesting.
So round 8. I reckon if it gets to, I'm going to call round 17. And I look and there's 5 rounds to go.
So arbitrary, yeah.
There's round 17 and there's 5 rounds to go. I reckon we can. But I reckon I'm making it to round 23.
If you make it to round 17, you might as well just go all the
Yeah,
way.
exactly, yeah.
Oh no,
Stay on.
I'm not cashing out. I mean if it loses.
Oh,
If
okay.
it loses and we restart, I think with 5 rounds to go it'd be silly. Do you know what I mean?
It's only an asset.
We really don't know what you mean, but it sounds
It's
good.
only an asset when it's realised. That's all I'm saying.
All I'm saying is it's going to be rolling over until round 23.
I like it.
And do you know what? I'm going to be going straight into finals.
like it.
I wouldn't suggest that for the listeners, but I'll be going into finals and I'll be winning some dollars.
Well, that's in imagination land. And back on the real world, I've got a few bets, boys. If you don't...
Imagination.
Yeah, it is. Built on nothing but candy floss and just nonsense dreams you've had. Madman. Steady. We're PG. Now, look, Christian Petracca, anytime goal, please. Big Adzi Treloar, as you mentioned. Liking that a lot. Anytime goal. Caleb Daniel flew under the radar for mine this preseason. Had 23 touches last week in the Wizard Cup. I think he goes all right in week 1. Put him down for 20 plus, if you don't mind. Tracker. You got to watch out for the track attack in 2022. 25 touches, he'll do that easy. Very nice. McRae, 30 plus. Come on. Standard stuff.
Easy.
Smack them together. You're looking at $5.50. That's before you put your boost on. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm very confident.
Beautiful.
On that one. Very confident. All right, let's roll on. Now, unfortunately, there are some traditions that have lasted the test of time. Now, if you're in the, I think it's the Netherlands, where they celebrate Zwart Piet, which is the whole blackface thing around Christmas. There's a lot of outcry around that. People want to see it gone. Similarly, most people wanted to see Carlton and Richmond gone from game 1. Gone from game 1 to kick the season off. Sick of it, don't want to see it.
And those people got our wish.
We did indeed.
We got our wish.
I don't want to see any of. I don't even want to see them burst in round 1 regardless. I don't want any of them to start off with a win for the year. I'd love to see them both.
I still don't like him on a Thursday night at the G. It is Thursday night at the G. It's Carlton Blues versus Richmond. I'd prefer to see him just shuffled back down to like a Saturday afternoon
Sunday
slot.
Arvo.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate that. But in any case, this actually might be the most interesting Carlton v Richmond game we've had in some time.
Absolutely.
Because they are looking really close to each other. From what I saw over pre-season, Carlton's come up. Richmond, we know they missed finals last season. I think they're just bubbling. They had a nice little hit out against the Hawks. Few key pieces that are hitting their straps. A few other things. Younger blokes just coming into their own. So this is going to be a very, very interesting game for mine. Quick one, gents. Tigers have won their last 11 straight against the Blues.
Is that surprising?
No, it is not. It's good form.
It is.
It's good form.
It is.
And it must inform the punters. What do you reckon on this one, Desi?
Well, Carlton have been a top 4 side in the Carlton supporters' minds for those 11 years. And I don't see anything changing. They're still going to be a top 4 side, so I've got Richmond 1-39.
I like this. He's gone bang. Giving him the big one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Because Richmond have this young team, right? They've got I cannot get my brain on this bloke's name. Pick number 9, Richmond's pick up. I like him. Do you
Josh
not know his
Gibkiss.
name? Yeah, I like him. Gibkiss. Got to come up with a nickname for that.
Gibby Pig.
Gibby.
Gibby Pig.
Gibby Pig. Well, he's not Pig yet. Let's just steady. He's got to get a few games under the belt.
I like him very much, and I hope he has a really good game. He was going to be a part of a very special segment, but that's later.
Better be a G-rated segment. I'll tell
How
you.
many segments do you
It's a
have?
bit later.
Richard got none, and you've got 8.
Admittedly, yeah.
It's a bit like, but I really like the look of him, and he is just one of a few of the young players that are sliding in, and I think they're just going to feel they're cogs, like we said. Like we have said. It's a cog.
Richmond's had this mindset for years now of one bloke drops out, one guy goes back
Next
in
man
because it is next man up because the game style and the way that they play, it is uniform across everyone. So even if a bloke comes out, another one goes in. Hooley out, unfortunate. Hugo Ralphsmith, not a name on most people's lips outside of Tigerland. Like the look of him a lot. He's had a brilliant pre-season. He's slotted nicely into that Hooley role. I think he's going to have a massive, massive year.
And the thing with Richmond as well is they would hate people saying, like we've said, and it is going to be a close game, I believe, but they're going to hate people going, oh, it might be a close game because they've got the ego. They've got the ego behind them, and they want to show that they are a contender this year.
No, maybe a little bit.
They do.
Maybe a little bit.
They want to show. They do. They want to be the best. Everyone wants to be the best, unless you're Carlton. They just
Then
think
you are the
they
best.
just think they are, and
I think the
He's
bigger thing
anti-Carlton this week,
yeah,
isn't he? Jeepers.
he usually is. I think the bigger thing for Richmond is they want to get back to where they were.
Correct.
They're sick of
That's my
being
point.
disrespected for one bad season. Oh, dynasty's over, blah, blah, blah. Well, is it really? I expect them to make the top 8 this year, to be completely honest. If they don't get back in, I would see it as a massive
Dusty will have
failure.
to smash his kidney again, I reckon, for that to happen. I think it's going to be a real unfortunate turn of events for Richmond if they aren't going to make the 8.
Correct.
Admittedly, I think we're looking at another 2 top 6 teams here. I really like the look of Carlton. The Voss has come in. The new broom sweeps clean. It looks like he's very, very offensively minded. He's got blokes pushing forward. And we know Carlton in the past have had a bit of an issue where they've been not really prepared to push back. That defensive mindset, that two-way running's not quite been there. But from what I saw, they were just as prepared to hunt as what they were to be able to go forward. Cripps is looking good. We've said this in the past. Could be a trap. But Chera and Hewitt, 2 massive inclusions in that midfield.
Absolutely.
Massive, massive inclusions. So if you get a top flight midfield of Cripps, Hewitt, Chera, and Walsh when he comes back, you've got McKay in your forward line who's in career best form, coming off Coleman.
Yep.
Easy. In an injured season, no less.
Yep.
Not bad, not bad. If McGovern finally manages to do something and play the role that he was always meant to play in the back line, I don't know. This team could do a bit. I don't know if I don't see him winning finals, but I see him being around the mark.
Look, we have, as you just rightly said, you tar them with the same brush every year, same old Carlton, blah blah blah. I saw enough from them in the preseason to think that they can push for top 8 this year. Same as you, I don't expect them to win many finals if they do get there, but I think there is potential. Yeah, there's potential there.
I like it a lot. You got any bets, mate?
Yes, absolutely. I've got a Matt Owies goal. Matt Owies.
I read that name when I cringe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Owies.
Matt Owies. Big Matt Owies.
Sure, he's a great
goal.
bloke. Sure, he's a great
For
bloke.
sure, $1.67. Shea Bolton for a goal, $1.45.
Classic.
Now that Dusty's back, he'll probably play a bit less midfield time, a bit more forward where he likes to jag one. So $1.45 is great. And Jaden Short, 25 plus disposal. He's had over 25 in his last 5 real games, and then also had over 25 in the last 2. Amy
Something like that.
Ansett,
yeah.
Wizard, NAB Cup games.
NAB
So, look, 25 plus disposals for $1.45. Easy money.
Mate, you keep looking over the shoulder.
I also expect him to go All-Australian this year. Hello, David King as well.
No,
but I
massively.
think Jayden Short will be an All-Australian this year.
Nice.
Look, he's the preseason flirt king, Jayden Short, and I've seen this. And he does, mate. You don't play fantasy, but seriously, every year, Jayden Short has like 160 fantasy points in his JLT community games, and everyone's like, "Oh, Jayden Short, top 6 defender, brah." And then round 1 turns up and he hits 75, and that's what he does for the rest of the year. But this, I'm buying onto the hype with Shorty this year.
Same.
Buying onto the hype. I've got Jayden for 25 plus, absolutely. I'm also liking Chera for 25 plus. Dusty Martin, looking thin, trim, taut, and terrific back in that midfield. Give him 25 plus as well. I'm looking at 25 for Cripps. Now, again, could be a big tease, but the money is good. The money is good for Cripsy at the minute at that 25 mark, and I'll take it while it's good.
For sure.
George Hewitt, 20 plus disposals, looking like a fine addition. I'm backing him in to have a great first hit out. And our mate, Jason Castagna, one of my favourites from seasons gone by, put him in for an anytime goal. You smack all of that together, that's paying about $12.75, fellas.
Delicious.
Not bad.
Delicious.
All right, roll on. Friday night, Marvel Stadium, Friday night. Absolutely. Round 1, season 2022. Get excited, Desi.
It's hard not to with these two great teams.
Oh, it's bloody open.
Two great teams.
And massive dynasty teams. I'm talking the St Kilda Saints, and I'm talking the Collingwood Magpies. Two very interesting. They've had some different, interesting sort of paths to get to where they currently are. And I think these early opening rounds are going to prove very interesting for both of these clubs in different ways. Dan, open up the discourse on this one if you don't mind.
Saints came into last season undercooked. They had lots of injuries in the off-season. They were really, really battled. This season, look, a little bit better. Not great. Still not great. Hunter Clark destroyed his shoulder last week against Darcy Parish. Rough, tough. That's 6 weeks. Nick Caulfield, ACL, done.
Real quiet
Bye-bye.
one. Not a lot of chat about that, but that's a big out.
It's just another one that you just can't afford to miss on the depth. Jack Billings with a hammy already, Geary with a shoulder, Ryder with Achilles, and then Zach Jones, mental health, taking a little bit of a breather from the game, which obviously you don't like to see, so best wishes to Zach there. But if everything clicks for them, I reckon they can make the 8.
Jesus.
In 7th or 8th. I'm not talking much.
they're
I'm
not
not
making
talking
top
much
6.
more than that. But they've got pieces that I really like the look of. Jack Steele is Mercurial. We've been talking about it basically from the first episode of this podcast when everyone thought he was a tagger. Nah.
No, bros.
He's not a tagger.
No way.
He was a tagger. Now he's elite. Rowan Marshall, absolute gun. When Paddy Ryder finally pulls the pin, he will be, if not the best ruckman in the game, top 3. We're talking about him, Gawn and Grundy in the same breath. They just need more from their back end players. Higgins, Hill, Butler. They need these guys to step up if these things are going to go well for them. I'm going to be tipping the Saints 1-39 in this game, but that's purely because I think Collingwood are in a bad spot.
They're in a bind.
They're in a real bad spot.
I feel like, I look at the odds on Sportsbet as well. I can't remember off the top of my head, but my first thought was I feel like Sportsbet forgot how bad Collingwood were last year.
And they looked bad in the Amy game. Like the Giants were sort of operating at maybe 3rd gear and just put them to the sword.
Yeah,
put them to the sword.
They've forgotten how bad Collingwood were and how much better they've gotten. Which
But that's
is
good
not
for you.
much.
That is good for you.
Absolutely. Maynard obviously gone.
Yes.
And he was probably their last proper defender standing. Darcy Moore is back there playing a lone role now. How many injuries has he had? Great player. I've got no qualms with Jeremy Howe, but he's played a couple of games in the last few seasons. He's really battled.
Tay Adams.
Yep.
Just tweaked another hammy.
Jordan De Goey situation.
That's really tough. St Kilda to lock him in.
The De Goey situation just simmering all off season. The players weren't real happy with him coming back early on in the piece, and I don't know, just don't like it. Nick Dacos though.
Oh baby.
Star.
Oh baby.
Absolute star.
Lock him in for Rising Star. I don't want to sound like a Fox Footy pundit. Is it too early to write him in?
I was going to get to the end of at the end of the show. Lock him in. He's got the perfect role for a Rising Star.
Yes,
half pack, just statting up.
Paying if they've got odds
250, I can tell you.
Believe this man.
250.
That's I tell you.
I'm seeing who else is around the mark.
Just a quiet 100 on that one. Should do you right there, Brett.
Absolutely. What about you, mate?
Look, I'll make this a nice and quick one. It's very interesting, actually. The Pies have won their last 7 night games against St Kilda. You know what that tells me?
Rules may be broken.
Law of averages means it is Saints' time to shine here. Saints, too much depth, too much experience, too much class compared to Collingwood across every single line, bar the ruck line. I'm really looking forward to Marshall v Grundy because that's two of your great around the ground and tap ruckmen going head to head all game. That's going to be really, really good.
Correct.
I echo pretty much everything that you said there regarding the Saints. I think if Marshall goes down and Ryder is not tickety-boo, ready to rumble, ready to slot back in, that blows a giant hole in the Saints' ambitions for doing anything
Jack
this
Hayes,
year.
welcome to the party.
But you cannot have genuine premiership aspirations if you're going to plug and play a local legend from out of the SANFL to be your number one ruckman in an onslaught for the Premier. I just don't see it happening. Don't see it happening. I think you're right with Collingwood's depth. This is good, though, for Pies fans. Get excited because it gives blokes like Reef McInnes, Finlay McRae, Poulter, Bianco. It starts to give all of these blokes a bit more. Who's the other one? Ollie Henry?
Jackie Moon.
It gives all of these blokes a bit more of a go at it, and hopefully you start to see your next generation of your Pendles and your Adams and your Howes start to develop. So
Saints?
Yeah, Saints all the way, baby.
Bets, mate? What do you got?
Bets, mate. Dacos 20 plus. Dacos 20 plus. Marshall 15 plus. He had about 23 touches last week, and I think that's rude. If he's
And we do know Grundy likes to get off to a slow start. He does like to ease his way into a season, so perfect time.
But neither Grundy nor Marshall will really worry about what the other one's doing. They'll just go and get their own ball.
Play their own game.
They will play their own game. So Marshall 15 plus, please. Jack Steele, easy 25. Lock that one in. Crisp 25, playing a bit more of that midfield role, and he's going to have to. So lock him in for 25, a little pig. Pendles off the halfback flank. I like that move for him. And he had about 28 touches last week against the Giants. Similarly, the Saints are going to be bombing it into their forward line a lot. Pendles will see a lot of the pill. I think 20 plus is nice and easy for him. So lock those ones in.
Perfect.
Punters.
The only ones I had to add, Jade Gresham goal, $1.72. I expect because he's eased back into the team,
Nice.
He'll play a lot more forward than he will in the midfield.
Yep.
And if he gets a game, Jack Ginnivan. He loves a snag for the Pies, so $1.62, easy.
The old Ginnivan Finnegan, hey? Finnegan, give a
Big Guinea Weasley.
That's tongue twister.
I can see that, yeah. A brain twister as well.
That's it.
Oh, Desmond, mate. I tell you, I've missed you. I've missed you.
I've missed the pot.
I'm on the fence. I'm not sure yet. I'm warming up to him.
I know. Look, it's just a dabble, do you?
Yeah,
He's like super glue.
It's enough.
He sticks on you for long after you're done with him. Jeepers. Let's roll on. Let's have a look at the Geelong Cats on your Saturday game, 1:40 p.m. at the MCG, taking on the really invigorated looking Essendon Bombers. Very, very interesting. Did you blokes see much of Essendon and or Geelong's pre-season?
I had a little tinker on Essendon.
Yeah. They put
Not bad.
They put the cue in the rack for mine about midway through the third quarter, and they did not look bad against St Kilda all the way through.
Well,
Not
I mean,
bad.
they just rested their team.
Yeah.
Darcy Parish playing full forward. Zach Merritt didn't even make it to half.
No, he had the dressing gown on. I saw him.
Q in the rack had about 40 touches in 12 minutes, and he was like, nah, I've had enough.
Oh, look, I saw him midway through the fourth quarter when the camera panned around. He was on his third Midori. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
I'm like, what are you doing, mate?
Alizé and Lemonade type
That's it.
operator.
Oh, yeah.
Loves it. Actual loves it. Yep.
Yeah.
Geelong?
They're looking good.
Geelong?
Dad's Army. Dad's Army. Everyone's writing them off this year. Everyone loves to be at the front of this. I mean, and I'm no Geelong fan.
We're not
we-
Geelong or Essendon
Much of a
fans,
muchness.
really.
We
We're
all
not
know
fans
that,
of
but every year it's always like, the Cats are going to fall off this year. Oh, this is the year the Cats have fallen off. They're going down the table this year. Well, they pretty much finish top 4 every single year. And I feel like this year will probably be the same.
Well, I don't know. Finals, yes.
Yes.
Finals, yes. I might even say Geelong for top 6. Dons, middle 6, same in and abouts with there in Carlton.
They should make finals
It
this
wouldn't
year.
They
surprise
should.
me
I'd
if
like
they
to see
swap
them.
places with Geelong if they
Yeah.
do the switcheroo. So Geelong finishes 8th, 9th, kind of floats around there, and Bombers sneak into that 6, 7.
I'd like to see that
Bit
progression
around that,
from
I
the
reckon they'll
Dons.
comfortably make. They should comfortably make finals. That's what I will say.
Geelong's very interesting to me. I liked De Koning seeing him run around, and the Cats actually saying, yeah, let's play a few more young blokes. Turns out our young brigade is not actually shite. Let's give them a
Turns
go.
out anyone under 30 can actually play football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cooper Stevens, Max Holmes, these guys are getting a game. Charlie Constable would be kicking himself right now.
Absolutely. And he's injured at the minute.
He is injured.
Poor
at the minute.
bastard.
Yeah, it's
Unbelievable.
It's a tough go.
Cannot get a win. Stengel.
Yes, absolutely. I
Stengel?
actually reckon if Stengel gets his brain right, I reckon he could be just about the best pickup this offseason.
I'm really liking that.
Especially considering Myers is out. Luke Dalehouse sucks. It's perfect.
It's a good risk for Geelong to take because if not, they'll just bring Dalehouse back in, and he'll continue to suck, but he might kick a goal.
Yeah, but they got Betts there at the club mentoring the man
Yeah.
for every damn day. Genuinely, the conditions are perfect for Stengel to actually
And
flourish.
pod favourite, Tom Stewart favourite to take over the captaincy. He's back. We're just slutting around the back line in the Amy for cheap disposals. I just love it. Just a quick one. Essendon still hasn't won a final in 6,398 days.
Since I was
at the time of recording.
It was like 2 years old, I reckon I was.
Brilliant.
Jake Kelly, great addition. That'll free up Ridley, as has been said by every single media outlet over the off-season. Really good, though. Expecting a leap from Draper. I know you're all over that. I don't think you know who he is, but that's okay.
You'd know him if you saw him.
How do I not know who Don Draper is?
And my favourite off-season storyline, Jake Stringer finally found out what running is.
Tell us, for those who don't know, this is a cracker. Go on.
So Jake Stringer, he was in good form before he got injured this pre-season. He was finally hitting the track. Had never run more than 2 kilometres in a training session as part of the AFL system.
That's bad.
It absolutely floored me. Absolutely floored me. He's like, yeah, he ran a 5K and even a 10K. It felt pretty good. What do you mean?
But how did he get away with that at the Dogs?
I know.
Did he have something over Jack McRae? Was like, now listen, Jack, you're running my Ks, all right, mate?
Amazing.
And he actually had when he was in shape, he has a good gas tank. Like, man can go.
Look, he's a power.
He's speedy.
He's a power athlete.
That's what I mean.
He does his best work in short spurts. But even so, like, how is that even possible? I could not wrap my head around it, and it made me laugh for days.
It must be. It must have been.
I don't want to get too off topic. And then there was that story about Jeremy Sharp came out. You see his training regimen?
No, go on.
So Jeremy Sharp's training regimen. This is what I would perceive to be a proper AFL footballer does nowadays. 22, I think it was 22 or 25 400-metre runs. 25. Every 2 minutes on the dot.
That's amazing.
So what that means is if you do 400 in 1 minute 30, 30 seconds rest, go again. And go again for 25 times. And there's Jake Stringer. What is 3 kilometres? Unbelievable.
I think they said he averaged about one. It was around like 106 to 110.
It's elite.
So he did the warm-up.
Elite.
So it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's sharp.
That's very
like I said,
good.
that was one of my favourite off-season storylines outside of Sam Newman's mates signing him up for dating without him knowing.
No, who's this?
Online dating.
Who? What?
He just said his mates. Because Sam Newman's wife tragically died last year, unfortunately. Big rip. And his mates just signed him up, sent his number into a dating service.
Oh, really?
Signed him up without him knowing. And he started getting all these messages from, oh, can I take you out? Can we go out for a date? He was like, what the hell is this?
Still got it.
Absolutely, yeah. Anyway, I'm tipping the Cats.
This is interesting. You know, Geelong's won the last 12 of their last 13 games when they've gone in as the favourite, Desmond. Tells me that they handle expectations well, but we knew this of Geelong, but it's nice to see the stats back up what we observe. Also interesting, Geelong have played 99 games at the Docklands Stadium for 66 wins. That's an excellent win-loss percentage. Essendon,
do you know how much that is?
No.
66 of 99. Come on.
I'm teasing you.
Well.
2/3.
So?
66%.
Nice.
Well done. Well done. Yeah, learn mathematics with Desmond Van Bus.
I could hear the cogs turning.
It sounded
Richmond
more
cogs,
yeah,
but it was just rusty.
It sounded more like one of those dial-up internet modems from the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Essendon with the little 55% win-loss rating at Docklands. So Geelong clearly like the ground, and they've clearly got the wood over their opponents. But you know what?
Can I cut in? I'm cutting in. He said 12 of 13. There's a couple of phrases. I can't count how many words this is, but I'm going to say 12 or 14 because the Bombers are going to get up. They're going to beat the Cats. They're going to start off the season strong. I haven't even looked at your notes. Luckily, you are going to agree with me, Rich, because, 12 or 14. Bombers are going to do it. They're going to start off the year strong. They're going to do the opposite of what they have done my whole lifetime because they haven't won a final and haven't looked great since I have been a living person, walking person, eating person. Bombers going to do it. Going to start off the year strong. I'm going to be impressed by the Bombers this year. Come on, Tipper.
If so, great. I'd love that.
I'm on the Dons. I just have a feeling. The logic says Geelong will win. I just feel great. Like their progression has been fantastic, the Dons. They're looking settled. Everyone loves Truck. The midfield looks like it's clicking. Their young players are really coming along in leaps and bounds.
I feel like they're one of these teams where they had that media hype last year that made everyone kind of turn off them, but they were playing consistently good footy, just young guys. And now, hopefully, this pre-season, and I trust Truck, ever since I had that truck burger at one of the tavern, whatever the West Lakes Tavern is, might be called the West Lake Tavern. I'll back him in because it was a good burger. The truck burger was a good burger. So ever since that,
I'm basing your whole opinion of someone's coaching on their ability to make a burger that no impact.
I had a burger at a pub that they don't go to in a different state to they live in.
The truck burger
that shares a name with the bloke. Therefore, good coach.
He's got this as well at the end of the ad. Burn, burn, and I'm going burn, burn. Bombers win. 139.
There's something actually points. You've gotten dimmer since I was here last.
Yeah,
you've gotten dumber.
This room hasn't because I'm blind.
For some reason, I've got no bets here. I don't know what I've done.
No bets.
Nah, I didn't put any together.
Don't you worry, punters. I've got a couple of little things to have a little flair on. Now look, round one. I don't want to get too outrageous and ostentatious. I feel like let's go with what you know. Okay. Let's go with what you expect is just going to continue on from last year. So this is not going to be a funky, fresh, out there, outrageous sort of a bet, but we're here to make money. We're not here to set the world on fire. Thanks very much. Parrish, 25 disposals. Fine. Merritt, 25 disposals. Fine. Guthrie, 25 disposals. Fine. Okay, so far so good?
Yep.
Stewart, 20 plus disposals.
I'm with you.
All in track so far.
This sounds like it's a bet from last year.
It is, but what else can you go on?
Nothing.
That's it.
What else can you go?
Round one, baby.
Ooh.
Dangerfield, anytime goal. Again, it's got a real 2021 flavour about it. That's fine. I'm going to get a bit wobbly here, though. I think if Kane Baldwin is listed for the Bombers in that little forward position, I see him jagging a goal.
Old Alec.
Harry Jones is out, tweaked an ankle, I believe.
Alec. I'm a big fan of that nickname.
Alec. Yeah, big Billy Baldwin for the Bombers.
Harry Jones is dead, by the way.
Harry Jones is dead. Opens up a spot for Kane.
Does.
I just see him kicking a goal. So take all the rest of those, chuck in Baldwin for a goal. Because he's not listed, I don't know what that's working out to if you go for a multi. All the rest of those are pretty stock standard. Fill your boots, punters. Take the ones you like, leave the ones you don't. See how you go. Bibbity Bob, thanks for playing. How good.
Love it.
4 games down. Now, typically at this point, if you haven't joined us in the past, or if you have and you forgot what we're all about, typically we would do some sort of a segment of some sort. I don't know, we're 4 games in, 5 left. I don't have anything prepared. Do you have anything prepared?
I don't, no.
Do you have anything prepared? Oh, I don't like that look. Don't look. Nah, look at that. Look at the lid on it. Get back in the pantry. I don't want to see that.
As Jack Nicholson said in The Shining, I'm back. He never said that in The Shining.
Yeah, just insert any random actor. As Alec Baldwin said in The Fast and the Furious, what's for dinner? Just make up anything. Sure.
It's scramble time, baby. It used to be a 60-second scramble, but as the season goes on, it gets a little bit wild. This is a bit of a rusty scramble. It's been a while. It's been a 5 or so month stretch where I haven't been thinking of scramble questions. Luckily,
don't lie to me.
Luckily, I've had to go. Luckily, I've had to crank open the vault, and in my 6 million questions that I've come up with over the years, I just handpicked a couple for you. So it's scramble time. No 60 seconds. I've just got an endless amount of questions.
Can we please make this short, sharp, and shiny?
All right, Dan. What flavoured pizza does Adam Chera order? Had a bit of a stutter in that one.
Bland cheese operator.
Pizza Hut or Domino's?
Yeah, margarita. That's it.
Pizza Hut or Domino's? Or does he go to like a local guy?
Oh, he did. Nah, he would go to a local. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Richie. It's not even a funny question, but you're going to hate it. Why did Josh Jenkins have to visit the hospital last season? I don't know why it's fun.
He wasn't even on the list last season, was he? Was he on the list last season?
Was it the
Jenkins? I thought he had left it in 2020.
Why did he have to visit the hospital last year?
Oh, fuck, I don't know. He went to visit Tom Stewart, and he gave him a lovely little bouquet of flowers.
You've saved yourself there.
They're there. Get better.
Right, on the topic of juice, if West Coast could be a juice, what would they be?
Oh, God.
You could have said Essendon.
Well, yeah, true. Well, it certainly wouldn't be steroids because, I mean, all of their bodies just seem to be made of crepe paper.
Jungle?
So, yeah, maybe jungle juice.
Give me a sec. All right, while I compose myself, can you please give me your Brownlow prediction for 2021?
Oh, come on, I hate this
shit. Jungle juice. Brownlow prediction.
I was going to go 3 at the end.
Wait. 3, 2, 1.
Christian
Petrarca.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, what about Premiership? I know we're early, but we're going to be these people.
3, 2, 1. Brisbane Lions.
Actually, I haven't even thought about it.
Brisbane. Get on my level. Get on my level.
I have 2 for mine.
I'll go Brisbane.
Thank you,
I'll
sir.
say
I
Brisbane.
have 2 for mine. Mine are Melbourne and Brisbane. I think Melbourne are either going to go
No,
back to
you
back
get
or-
one. That is not two captains standing up there holding the cup. You pick one.
Well, I think Melbourne are going to go back to back.
All right,
so
thank
far.
you.
They got to
Bark
impress me.
to bark.
Bark to bark.
Nah,
that's the
Brizzy.
I like Brisbane. I like Brisbane very much. I'd love them to win the flag. All right, look at my bottle opener. What player and why? Both.
What player reminds me of Kangaroos bollocks?
Yeah, big ball sacks.
That is
It's got a real Nate Jones kind of flavour about it, doesn't it?
way too much hair.
Just the colour.
Way too much hair. Kind of looks like Nick Bryan's head.
Yes, that's nice.
Nick Bryan.
Bit of a Frampton vibe about it too.
Yeah.
I don't actually
Yeah.
think. I don't think Dan was looking at the ball sack. I think he was looking at Toby and.
Yeah, why is that? What is that doing there for? Why?
It's round 1.
You're an actual
It's round
child.
1. Let's get wild.
Is this scramble done?
Final question: if any player was to accidentally defecate themselves, who and why?
Who are you asking that to?
Rich.
No, come on. Why do I
Why?
get? Why have I had?
Because you've got defecate all over your face.
It's true. It's true.
Why would any of them defecate themselves?
Who and why?
Look at him go.
The fact that you're even considering, like, you're really thinking, I can see you thinking about
Well,
it.
I'm trying to validate this horrendous excuse for a segment, and okay, defecate themselves and why? It would be
Actually, I can't.
I don't know. Who's a loose unit?
Told you defecate.
The only ones I could ever think of would be, I mean, some of the stories you used to hear about Ben Cousins' training habits,
Yeah,
how hard he would go. If he had us on a big bender, quick 10K run.
Clayton Oliver. Then you hear about his Christmas
Yeah.
workout. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd shit myself after a half of that.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and
Half?
he seems like yeah, exactly. Yeah, thinking about it, and he seems like the sort of bloke that if he did it, he'd laugh.
Yeah.
Clayton Oliver, done.
Well, thank you for listening, guys. Hope you enjoy. Feel free to comment some Scramble questions, and I'm happy to
Yes.
happy to manipulate.
Yes,
some
because if
Scramble
you think you can come up with better questions than Desmond, and let's be real, a nutless monkey could do your job. To use a quote from
I want
Tropic
you guys
Thunder.
to comment some of the worst questions ever for me to ask Rich now after that.
I hate you.
The
I actually
worst.
hate you. I'd rather spend another 16 hours down in that mine shaft slaving away for minimum money than answer another one of
that's
those
how
questions.
myself and the Armchair Advisors Army,
I don't-
the
I-
AAA, the Armchair Advisor Army, that's what we're going to make you feel.
I really don't want to be the killjoy, but this pod's going to go for 8 hours if we don't.
It's good though, isn't it? It's good to be back.
I mean, it is. I enjoy it, but
We're going to whip through the next couple of games.
Des,
a couple
shut
of
up.
beatdowns, mate. A couple of beatdowns.
GWS Giants versus the Sydney Swans at the newly named Accor Stadium, which used to be, I don't know, Olympic Park or whatever.
ANZ.
Love that. 4:40 Eastern Standard Time on a Saturday afternoon. Fellas, easy for mine. GWS have won 5 of their last 7 against Sydney. I see them continuing on based on that form I saw of them over the preseason. Canelio looks great. Riccardi seems to be really relishing his role in the team. Seems like he's clicking. Everyone else seems fit and happy and really just pleased to be there. I'm really liking the Braden Preuss, Matthew Flynn, Kieran Briggs kind of conundrum. It's going to keep us guessing. It's going to keep oppositions guessing in that ruck setup. I think it looks great. They just need blokes like Phil Davis to stay fit and Nick Haynes to get on the park. If they do, GWS, top 6 for the end of the year. I do like Sydney. Like what they're doing. Youngsters like Errol Golden going to go bang. Chad Warner going to have another massive year. Watch McInerney go into the middle and surprise every bloke. Forget Heaney, McInerney. That's the name you need to know. That's the name you need to know. Like what they're doing. Like what they're about. GWS for mine, 1-39. Easy.
100% agree.
The biggest GWS homer I've ever met in my life.
La, 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 la.
No, I don't disagree, to be honest with you. I'm sort of tossing and turning between the Swans and the Giants as my tip. It's tough. It's a real tough game to pick. I went the Swans, but now because you've just rattled off that information for me, I'm changing my tip to the Giants.
Good man.
You sold me.
Before the pod, when Richie and Dan were rummaging, setting up the beautiful background that you see now, I thought the Swans.
What do you mean setting up? We didn't build a stadium,
Yeah,
dummy.
look at you. You were building the
You
stadium.
have done. And
You
I
were literally building the stadium.
just feet up, margarita in hand.
Oh, the car park king.
Yep.
Yeah, asphalt advisors over here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And as you can see, if you look at my 6,000 word extensive notes, you can actually see I've actually highlighted the Swans. But I was thinking about it before the game, looking over, and because I always do a little scan before the pod to make sure I'm prepared and I don't say anything stupid that's going to incriminate myself. And
that never works. Every single week you say dumb things.
When I do that, I looked and I thought, and the Des detector, the DT, boop, 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 went off. GWS are going to win. That just seems to have the Swans number in this little rivalry they've got going on. You saw it in the finals. Swannies should have won that final. And I hate to bring back 2021, the new season, whatever. But it wasn't really that long ago. I think the Swannies are going to get rolled. Going to have a good year.
Rolled.
Going to get rolled.
Rolled, interesting.
That's outrageous.
Interesting.
I'm thinking 4 goals plus.
That's
I'm
not
not saying
that's
four.
not a rolling.
Rolling. I reckon rolling.
That's a gentle turning over.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
That is a run-of-the-mill win.
I would have thought, yeah.
Well, they're going to get Swannies are going to get run-of-the-mill lost.
I've heard everything I need to hear.
Absolutely.
Couple of bets. Jake Riccardi, 1 goal plus, please. Thanks very much. And again, I'm going back to, yes, I know I'm a GWS homer, but I make no apologies for that. And I'm just going to go with what I know and what I saw in the preseason games. And these blokes look great. Kelly, 25. Taranto, 25. Steve Canelio, 20 plus. They all look great.
Taranto, 25 in the forward line.
Yeah.
Outrageous.
He had 31 last week.
Taranto goal is where we're heading with this. $1.40.
Yeah, chuck that in as well. Go on, add that. Allow that.
He will kick your goal.
Justin McInerney, 20 plus disposals. McInerney's the name. Forget your Heaney. McInerney's the name.
Not Oscar.
Truss.
There we go.
Go away.
The big J.
Go away. What do you got for me?
Pretty much to add to that, Will Hayward, my boy. He was my Lord and Saviour last year for many, many multis, always jagging a goal, and he's back up to $1.40 already.
That's delicious.
Nice. Big Gordon.
He went down to about $1.20 last year.
That's delicious.
Immediately disrespected.
Yep.
And as I've said a million times before, if they're going to disrespect his name, I will put money on it.
Mate, you milk that goat until the teat runs dry. I'm a big fan of that. Right, let's roll on. Saturday night, 7:40 p.m. at the gay bar. No, got him. Easy. You pull the string because you know what's going to happen.
Absolutely, yeah.
Look at him.
I'm
Look
a
at him
bad
go.
person.
You're a fool. At the Gabba, of course. It is the Brisbane Lions taking on the Port Adelaide Power. I'm going to be I'm penciling this one in. I absolutely really, really want to make this. If I see no other games for the year, the rate I'm going, probably won't.
Correct.
If I see no other games for the week.
You don't get reception 8 miles underground.
No,
do you?
trust me, you don't.
Funnily
You don't get a lot. Respect, reception, nothing. You get an eye infection. I tell you, it's great for that. Brisbane Port. This game is the one game of the round that I want to absolutely make sure that I watch. I'm very, very intrigued about this. Port Adelaide. Will the mental scars of getting blown away in that prelim persist, or are they going to hit the ground running and make a big statement early?
71 points.
71 points is massive. Added to that, they did not pick up a blue chip midfielder that they desperately needed to in the preseason. They really needed someone to help out Winesy because Robbie Gray, Travis Boak, these blokes are getting on. They are not the future. Butters looks great. He's not there yet.
Rest on his shoulders.
It does rest on his shoulders. He's got a massive year of growth in him, Butters. There's a lot on his shoulders. Sam Powell-Pepper, they were hoping would take the next step. Injured instantly. So how does Port start this year off? Conversely, Brisbane Lions, my pick for the flag. My pick for the flag very early. They look great. Lachie Neale back to his old ways. He was straight into the centre there, getting touches at will. He was pigging out. Looked great. Zorko didn't even need to get involved. Didn't get involved all preseason.
Injured.
Didn't need him.
Just resting.
Didn't need him.
They did well without him, which is big. He's a big. They have the barometer, but he is the real barometer. I feel.
When he's up, they're up.
Yep.
So yes, I'll agree with you on that one. Thank you. Your dumbness is rubbing off on me. Stop it. Just go away. Zorko, put him to the side. Lions did nothing. McCluggage was boring, and they still cranked out very good wins. I tell you, if they start the season like they did in the preseason, Lions are going to be very, very, very fearful looking.
And not only that, Nakai Cockatoo is healthy.
Yeah.
A full preseason.
Wow.
That is a testament to their medical room. Unbelievable.
When the biggest injury concern you've got is to Kadeen Coleman, you know you're looking real good from a health perspective.
I'm a big fan of Kitty Coleman.
I do like him.
But Cam Rayner back in the fold as well. I mean, outrageously, I saw an article from Jonathan Brown the other. Well, not an article, interview. Yeah, look, hopefully this year he'll start working towards the goals of Petrarca and Dustin Martin. It's like, can we just aim a little lower? Just a little lower.
Finish the season first.
Yeah. I mean, and he's played how many minutes in the midfield so far?
About 22.
Just relax. Just relax. Plenty of talent. Let's just Step back, Brownie.
Wind your neck in, dog.
I'm in
As the boys I work with are fond of saying.
I'm in full agreement with you, mate, to be honest. I think last year for both of these teams, you'd classify it as a failure. Really.
Well, that brings it out in straight sets.
Expectation, again, it was a big failure. And both these teams should be looking to go the distance again. And if neither of them are there right at the end of September, another failure on the cards.
But one's got more weapons than the other, as far as I'm concerned, and that is Brisbane. They are at home. I can't go past them. 1-39. 1-39. They've also won 9 of their last 10 games at the Gabba, and their last 4 against the Power.
The Gabatoir.
How can you not?
They blew out the Power last year, and I love that game. It was a great game.
Great game.
It was 60 points, 60-odd points. And Port, unfortunately, not for us, but unfortunately for them, they have been getting blown out a little bit, and I think it's going to be no different.
So Lions 1-39, 1-39, 1-39.
Consensual.
We are all about consensus and consensual in this room.
Let me
The shield.
What are you on about now? What
You're
shield?
definitely Dean Ambrose.
Right, let me get some bets out of the road, and then we can roll on. Now, Butters. Zach Butters, 25 disposals. I'm going to go big, and I'm going to go early on that one.
$2.20, I love it.
$2.20.
Read my notes.
I tell you, mate, consensual consensus. Neil, 25. I think he's back to his best. McCluggage, 20 plus. The money's good. I liked it. It's a little nice. It's a little fluffer. Do you know what I mean? It's not outrageous, but it's a little fluffer.
I'll take it.
And anytime goal. Who am I talking about? Come on, you know me. Anytime goal.
Dane Zorko.
No.
Oh.
He's not playing.
But he might.
No, assume he's not. No. From Brisbane, who am I going for an anytime goal? No. Come on, you can do this.
Big O.
No. I say his name every single game that we do this.
Zach Bailey.
It is my man, the man who never showers, never bathes. His body odour is offensive. It is Lincoln Stink Beans McCarthy, baby. Oh, yeah.
Never even crossed.
Oh, yeah. I love Lincoln McCarthy, and I'm back on him at $1.30 for an anytime goal.
Old Stinky McCarthy.
Stinky Linky.
You got to watch him do his magic in Adelaide when they lost to Melbourne. But
I loved it.
Nice to watch.
I'll watch him.
Now, you didn't say Rosie.
No.
I had Rosie for a goal, $1.40. Carl
nice.
Amon, didn't say him.
No.
$1.36 for 20 touches.
That's nice.
And Zach Bailey for a goal, because he always is
bad.
around at $1.30 as well.
He's weird. Bailey's one of those. He'll either kick 3 goals in a game and have 16 touches, or he'll have
16 touches.
or he'll have like 32 touches and no goals. Do you know what I mean?
Mercurial.
He oscillates. I'm a big fan.
Barometer Bailey.
Word of the week.
It's a good word. Oh God! Speaking of stinking, we've got an absolute dumpster fire of a game for you. This could be an early contender for Toilet Bowl for 2022. Your wooden spoon slap fest between the Hawthorn Hawks and the North Melbourne Kangaroos. I've got them written down as Nort Melbourne, which I enjoy. At the MCG, 12:40 on your Sunday. Looking gross here. Desi, go for it.
Lucky you let me talk first, because I was going to cut in. It's a beautiful time. It is no longer the Toilet Bowl. It is the Des Dog of the Week debut for 2022, because North Melbourne are going to get up here. They already beat Hawthorn last year when they were absolute trash. They are so much better this year.
I can't even believe they're a dog in this game. To be honest, it's a bit rude.
It's not even in Tassie. I thought it was when I read it. I had to read Richie's notes twice when it said MCG, and I had to double check. Because, why would they be the underdog unless it's in Tassie? If it's in Tassie...
I thought you had a 6,000-word thesis over there. Why are you reading Richie's notes?
Not for this game, because all it says is...
5,500
v
and
North,
else.
Norf, dog, OTW. That's all I need to know, because you know what? They're just going to roll over the top. Hawthorn aren't looking good. North Melbourne aren't looking good either, but they are looking better.
They're more settled for mine.
I actually, to be honest with you, I'm not...
It's time for the Kangaroos.
North will be... anchored down the bottom again, but they didn't look bad in the pre-season, and I think they are out of the absolute worst of their rebuild now. They've taken the bullet, and now that they've got these young kids to watch, you know that they're going to develop into something. Jason Horne-Francis looks great.
Greenwood in.
Taron Thomas, Greenwood is a very nice addition.
I respect North for that little bit of dirty, not dirty, but hey.
It's utilising the system,
Don't
not
play.
how it was meant to be utilised.
Don't
but
play with fire.
Shoot your shot.
Absolutely, and when you're down the bottom, do what you want. Absolutely do what you want.
I love it.
And Stevenson, Simpkin, LDU,
Josh Goda, don't sleep.
Tristan Cherry, they've got a really good young core now. They've put a lot of work in. Tom Powell as well.
I worry about their back line a bit.
Yeah,
that's still their weakest line.
again,
they're
rebuilding
not winning
teams,
flags, so.
it's, the hardest position to come by is key position players. Losing Robbie Tarrant sucks as well. For them, that actually does suck.
And an injured Aaron Hall is even worse.
Absolutely. But Hawthorn's in an even worse spot.
Like,
real tough position for a brand new coach. They've got, list. Yeah.
When you've got Josh Ward, your brand new debutant player who you just drafted, is your top disposal getter in your preseason game. And then you've got Jai Newcomb, who's about third on that list, who has played a grand total of 6 games with the club. You're in the doldrums, man. If they don't have Mitchell, they're shafted.
Yeah. Who said they were winning the flag? Someone said that Hawks were winning the flag. I can't remember. I saw it on TikTok.
You had a dream.
No, credible. It wasn't Brendan Goddard. I'm not throwing you under the bus, mate. Someone said it, and I was like...
All I saw was Mick Mulhouse, Essendon winning the flag.
They said because it was like 2008. Because it's like 2008, Hawks have got the 2 big forwards. They've got a Roughhead and Lance Franklin type duo.
Well, everyone's got 2 big forwards. It's whether you can use them or if they're good.
It's like everyone's got a coach.
Whoever said that, I can't remember on TikTok. I'm going to come back to it next week, but you are an idiot.
The thing is that even
yeah, cop that person who we don't know. You're an idiot.
This off-season, they had all the chat about trade rumours... Titch wants out, Wingard wants out, blah, blah, blah. It didn't come to fruition.
No.
Titch is 28.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be part of a rebuilding team.
No.
He'll go off this year because that's what Titch does. He'll have a monster year. He'll go next year. I got nothing sure.
This is the season that he puts zeros on the end of the contract.
They need to get rid of him while he's got value to get some draft picks to start rebuilding this list because this team stinks.
I strongly agree.
I was trying to be polite.
Don't be polite.
They stink. Getting Sick Dog back is good. Good for the game as well because I do enjoy watching him get aggressive.
It's just a young roustabout type player, isn't he?
And
I love it.
And he's the next captain. He'll be captain.
Who else is going to do it?
So it's looking bad for the Hawks. They're actually paying $7 for the least wins at the moment.
Really?
Gold Coast is paying $4 for the least wins.
That's rude.
That is rude.
That's dumb.
Because Hawthorn will finish rock bottom here first.
Strongly agree. North Melbourne for mine, getting this done. Hawks have lost 6 of their last 8 games in which they were listed as the favourites. And they're currently listed at around about that $1.60 mark in terms of favourites here. So, North all the way. Brand new coach for the Hawks versus Noble, who's been there for a good 12 or so months right now.
And we love David Noble.
And he's rode the worst. He's seen the worst. Now it's time to get... Not the best, but
just put 1 foot forward. This is the first block in their wall to getting back. I'd see him having a nice win at the home of football on Sunday. In terms of bets, I'm looking at North to cover the line. North to cover the line of 6.5. Horn Francis, 15 plus in his first game. Thanks very much. Mitchell Lewis, anytime goal. Someone's got to kick goals for the Hawks, and it may as well be the man with 2 first names.
They actually don't.
Someone's got to do it.
If you remember back to the Brendan Favola Carlton days,
I do.
There was one man kicking goals, Brendan Favola.
Didn't he kick 100 goals in a season there?
And I think they probably kicked about 102 for the year.
Someone's got to kick those goals, and I'm looking at you, Mitchy Lewis. Tom Phillips, 20 plus disposals, because again, someone's got to get the touches in this Hawthorn midfield. It may as well be Tim Tam Tom. I'm having that. Josh Ward, 20 plus disposals, had 29 last weekend, should go all right. And your mate, Sick Dog, in the back line for the Hawks. 15 disposals for James Sicily.
I'd even go 20. It's going to be down there a lot, even against North Melbourne. It's going to be down
He had 17 last week.
And he was easing himself back in. That ball was going to be down there a lot this year. I could almost, not exactly the same, I could see him going an Aaron Hall, Jack Zeeble type spec.
I hope. From a fantasy perspective, I hope.
Absolutely.
We'll see. See how it goes.
Just quickly before to cut you off, sorry, mate. I had a Horn Francis goal. I think you'll play probably a little bit more forward than he will in the midfield, but 15 disposals easy as well. Simpkin 25, he should do it walking backwards. Warpel, Cardinal, Warpel.
My guy.
20 plus.
It's not. I feel that's speculative, that one.
No, it's not, because I don't think Jaeger O'Meara will play. And then
didn't play last week.
He'll just slot in.
Warple had like 18 last week.
Yeah, and
but the money will reflect it, and it'll be nice for you.
Absolutely. And Taron Thomas.
20
plus.
Taron, if you're killing Underwood, it's Taron Thomas.
Yeah, righto.
I couldn't find the culprit. I will look into it next week, but Kane Corns did comment on it. So it did happen, and he said, mate, they have 0 chance of winning the flag in 2022, which is obvious. And David Hale has stepped in, and believe it or not, he didn't agree.
Why has David Hale decided to come out from the top rope and just decide to get involved?
And I think Kane saying they've got 0 chance is still giving them too much respect. Way too much respect.
Well, David Hale stepped in and said, well, there is a chance, but We need a new forward line.
Shut up, David.
And
Hey.
not quite.
No.
They would need
I'm
all other 17 teams to be shipped off to the Ukraine to fight on the front line. And even then, I'd be wary.
In order to have hope.
There's some good SANFL teams getting around, man. Like Glenelg's all right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, I'm all about Kane.
Move on.
No, you have to read
Get
this
it
quote.
out. Come
David
on.
Taylor said, hopefully we kick enough goals to win a few games.
Well,
That's speculative.
inspiring
That's a bad
stuff.
quote. That is a bad quote.
No, get rid of Haley. I'm all about Kane Corney and Jason Horney. Let's go on. Adelaide Oval. Adelaide Crows. Return of the Crom. It's the return of the Crom. It's 3:40 p.m. on a Sunday.
You're way too happy about that.
No, I've got nothing on this game, let's be real. Fremantle Dockers is who they are taking care of. And by that, I mean allowing them to walk all over the top of them and give Freo a great first win. Can I spit this one out real quick, please?
Well, Fifey said he's not going forward lines anymore. It's over.
No. Well, there's
Back
another
in the
name.
midfield.
Fifey could just not turn up for this game and they would walk it.
Yes.
Nasty for us.
So
It's
take another week. Rest the shoulder up. Rest the wing.
No, it's another giant rail spike in the coffin of the Crows season. I'm not bullish about the Crows' chances at all. Freo have won their last 8 games. What have I got here? Last 8 games of 5 as favourites. There you go. Can't write.
Last 8 of 5.
Imagine that's an amazing record. Yeah.
I love that stat.
Every cent you've got on Freo.
Yeah, Freo have won their last 8 games that they've been posted as the favourite. Love that. Won their last 2 against the Crows, which has included wins at Adelaide Oval. I see them rolling on. I love what they saw. Now, we know West Coast are looking in absolute shambles at the minute, but you can only play who's put in front of you. Freo had 2 great hit-outs. They look really settled. Andy Brayshaw, absolutely primed to take the next step. Long Dong Sarong, absolutely primed to take that next step. I see no genuine glaring holes or issues in Fremantle's list right now. Crows are still very much in a rebuild, and I think they're internally expecting to get more wins than they did last year. I just don't see where they come from.
How's it going to happen?
I don't see where they come from.
I can't.
And this won't be one of them.
I can't see how there's any way the Crows get off to a good start here with a win.
No.
Freo, for me, Freo will make the 8 this year.
Yep.
I'm not even sort of on the fence about that. I think they'll definitely
7 or 8 for mine.
They'll definitely make the 8 this year. And the Crows have had a poor off-season. They got absolutely smashed by Brisbane in the first game. Didn't even turn up.
Nope.
Port in the second game. They got off to a good start. Once Port actually started trying, game over.
And they did. Like, if you saw that game, Port were asleep for the first 2 quarters. That third quarter
Absolutely.
they got going and blew it out.
Laird broken hand. That just immediately destroys the entire midfield group. Dawson hasn't played a single second of preseason football yet. Big off-season recruit. I think great things will happen for him, but
Not today.
not
in this minute.
hasn't played a minute.
Wayne Miller?
And somehow Darcy Fogarty is still in that best 22, and he stinks.
It's now get to the stage I can't defend him.
It's real hard because we've all tried to defend him as much as possible.
I used to like him.
If he doesn't show anything this year, he's got to go. He's got to go.
He's like your mate that keeps being an absolute creep in clubs, and you've put up with it for a while, but now it's like, bruv, I need to take you aside. You need to fix your behaviour because you're outrageous.
The 2 main positives, Rochelle.
Yes.
Looks incredible.
Lovely.
He's the third favourite for Rising Star.
Looks incredible. And Wayne Miller are finally getting some football back under his feet. They're obviously
Hopefully.
talking about holding him out this week, and why not?
Don't rush him back. You're not getting the win.
You've got no reason to rush him back whatsoever.
Crom getting stomped. Dokers. Dokers for mine.
Freo Dokers.
Big dokers.
Crom no, Doker yay. And bets wise, I've got Andy Brayshaw, the mouth. Yes, that's him. Chompers.
Yep, absolutely.
Teethy Brayshaw.
Yep.
25 disposals. Sorry, mate. Schonberg, your boy.
20 plus?
20 plus for Shaunners.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You read my notes.
Josh Rochelle.
Goal.
1+ goals. Thank
What
you
the
very
hell?
much. Nice and
Mate,
easy.
Genuinely, word for word so far.
Do you have Long Dong Sarong for
I don't.
20 plus
Nah, I
disposals? Oh, that's the disappointment.
I had Long Dong Luke Ryan for 20 plus.
No, it doesn't roll off the tongue. No, I don't like that dong on the tongue. I'm sorry. I'm not having that. The other man with 2 first names, Luke Ryan. Love that. No, I don't have him. I got Sarong for 20 plus. New addition to Freo, who I think is going to have an absolute bomb of the year. It's Geordie Clark, 20 plus disposals. And Matt Crouch. No Laird in the forward line. No Laird in the middle means that Crouch all of a sudden becomes the most experienced, influential, senior bloke in there. They will look for him at every opportunity. He will have 30 disposals by half-time. You heard it here first. Crouch 30 plus. Put all of that together. No idea what it's paying, but should make you some...
I can't wait for 28 of those to be handballs as well.
Who cares?
I do.
We don't care.
Not for betting, but as a Crows fan, I mean, come on.
It's horrible.
You
But
got
Jam it on
we
the
wanna
boot.
make money. We wanna
Forward
make
at all
money.
costs. Let's go.
want to make money.
Absolutely, I do.
Handball season. Love that.
All right, last game.
Last game.
And I don't think it's going to be a long one.
I don't think so. No, look, West Coast Eagles versus Gold Coast Suns at Optus Stadium in the West.
You mean the Patrick Nash Eagles? Thank you very much.
I do indeed. I mean the Connor West Eagles. The Connor West Coast Eagles is what I'm calling them.
go.
Captain BNF. He's lining up for it. Dan, what do you got here, mate?
Well, I mentioned him already, but Patrick Nash getting and earning a list spot all within the space of 4 days tells you all you need to know about where West Coast are sitting right now.
That's an ESPN 30 for 30.
It is.
The last 6 months of Patrick Nash.
I actually rate it so much from Nash. He's that desperate to get on an AFL list. Some players will not leave their home state. This man has moved to 3 separate states to get a Guernsey, and I love that. I absolutely love it. But they're in a shambles. Their week got much better this week. Jack Darling finally got vaccinated, back into the fold.
You sure about that?
I am not, because he's got an ankle injury already.
I was going to say,
Dust.
even I know he's out.
Immediately.
I don't know anything.
Look,
And the tinfoil hat brigade will be like, see, vaccinations.
Don't
They'll
act
ruin
like-
your ankle, dog.
don't act like I don't know.
Yeah.
You made me nervous.
I laughed
I was
so much.
I was so happy.
Not
that I
at,
thought it was
not,
gonna
not,
run
at,
up
not
on
at Jack Darling's misfortune, because that sucks, but it's just you can't do anything but laugh at this point in the off-season for them. It's been an absolute nightmare. Luke Shuey's pushing to play round 1. I would just say hold off, brother, because your body is as reliable as a politician.
Hey,
And
there we go. Political, love that.
there's no point. There's no point
Strongly
rushing back. Suns, on the other hand, your favourite player in the AFL, getting a Guernsey round 1.
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk
So
about...
there is a new segment. There is a new segments for 2022. All right, it is the bus player of the round, the bus potter, the bus potter.
I love how there's a player of the round before it's even started as well. Perfect.
There is a player of the round. So every round we're going to have 23. I believe there's 23 rounds, not 22. We're not in 2008. Mabior Chol making the debut for the Sunners. Oh, it's basically just the Gold Coast Chols. The Gold Chol Suns.
I
The
love it.
Gold
Surely the
Chol Suns.
Surely the Chold Coast Suns.
Yeah.
You're full. But still, go on.
It was a great deal at the time. I really liked them getting Mabs in.
Steal.
And then Ben King goes down.
He's
It's even better. Max King.
I
I always get them confused. I always get the two of them confused.
King at the Suns.
Yeah, King at the Suns. The King that plays on the
Sun
Gold
King.
Coast.
Yes.
He's down. And Mabior Chol slots right into
So
the
Mabior
forward
Chol
line.
is going to go into...
Almost like for like, if you ask me.
Bit of that.
He's going to be the very first member of the Des 22 of the year.
Why?
Because I love him.
Fair enough. You know
He's
what?
electric.
We take the mick, but there is more weight behind that than David King's All-Australian predictions for 2022, which
Watching
he's
him
dropped
is so
before
exciting. I feel like he's criminally underrated, and
David
especially
King.
in that Richmond
I wouldn't
side.
say
Not
that.
David King.
We're in 97 right now.
No, I think Charles underrated, and I feel like in Gold Coast he's in the sun.
He'll get the
he's
respect
having
he
a great
deserves.
time. He's going to be loving it in Gold Coast. Far out. He's going to have the time of his life, and he's going to kick bags every week. Mabior Chol. And this is why I've got Gold Coast Sun to win. 1-39 is paying $3, and I like that very much.
You got the
Great
Suns,
odds.
are you?
Sunners.
Same.
I've jumped ship.
I am. Same.
I think
Suns.
Suns going to do it.
Well, guess what, fellas? I've gone the Suns as well. That is in spite of West Coast winning their last 9 of 9 home games against the Gold Coast Suns.
care.
I don't care.
That's probably 9 ever. They're probably only...
Yeah, I would have thought so.
They're struggling to get 22 players on the park at the moment. And that tells you, again, all you need to know.
And Rao is looking amazing right now. You've got Rao, you've got Witts back where he belongs, leading from the front. That's great. That's great. I've seen nothing from the Suns outside of the King issue to make me really feel nervous and like, oh yeah, here we go again. And even if you don't think the Suns are going to do much this year, it doesn't matter. Look at their history. They always start every year with a bang, get a fleet of wins on the board, sit around 5th. Everyone thinks, yeah, here we go.
This is the year.
This is the year. And even if they just do that, we're seeing wins early on in the piece. So Gold Coast Suns for mine, 1-39, nice and easy. Let's talk a few bets.
Just quickly, what I'd like to see from the Gold Coast Suns this year, just real quick.
Fire away, man.
Isaac Rankin,
Yes,
Spanking.
for the love of Christ,
do something.
do something. The boys need you. Bad. Real bad. Please help them. They're begging you. Please. That's it. Give me your bets, mate.
I'm all about that, mate. I'm all about that. Let's have a look. Gold Coast win. That alone is $2.45. I think this is great value. Great value. Smack that together with Rao to have 20 plus. My man Took Miller, big bungus chungus Miller for 30 plus disposals. Thanks very
Absolutely.
much. Lukosius being trialled on the forward line, and I like it. It's where he made his name as a junior, where he killed the Oppo in the SANFL. Now they're putting him back up there, and you watch him kick a goal.
Correct.
He'll do that nice and easy. And Alex Witherden, bit of a left field one, 20 plus for mine.
Had that.
Playing off that halfback flank, they are going to be getting peppered, that back line. And I see they will indeed. They will be getting pepper staked all day long, no gravy. And I see Alex having a feast.
I just had Noah Anderson to add to that. 20 plus.
Is he all right? Didn't he tweak an ankle or something?
Nah, he'll be fine.
Be fine?
I guarantee it.
You're confident?
Yep.
You're happy?
Yep.
You like it?
Absolutely.
You're on board?
Maybe
am.
or Chol said yes.
That's good enough for me.
Probably could throw in him for an anytime goal
Yeah,
as well.
fuck it, go on.
He's kicking a goal.
Make the game interesting.
He's
Anytime
kicking
Chol.
5.
Anytime Chol.
Whatever a bag's paying, put 5 on it. 5 on 5.
Steady. Steady.
He probably will.
Steady.
Watch him do it.
Who's going to stop him?
Watch him do it.
So there you go. Maybe or Chol to have a bag on the Gold
Generational
Coast.
talent.
She's Louise. Thank you very much for joining us, punters, sports fans, AFL aficionados in Oz and around the world. It is great to be back in the studio. It's great to see you all again. And wherever you are, if you're up in bloody Queensland, Sydney, doing it tough, mate, RIP. We're all about you. We're thinking of you. For the folks in Melbourne, enjoy getting back to the footy after 2-3 long years of getting nothing and no crowds. If you're in Adelaide, enjoy dancing again and restrictions being eased. Boys, feeling great. Great. Footy's back. Footy's back.
We're back. We're back.
I'm off for a shower. See you next week. And gamble responsibly.
All right.